Yeah, so we have a little bit sad news here from the workshop. We just came back from the race in Osnabrück. It didn't really all go so well for us. So what happened was in the last training, we had a technical failure and a pretty heavy accident leading from the technical issue. It was really unfortunate what happened. Accelerated to the first turn, braking was okay, it was my first run, so I took it carefully. But then going from the first left-hander to the sweeping right-hander and eventually to the third corner, I started braking and immediately felt that something is wrong. There was no brake pressure from the front, so the ABS did not activate. So I became a passenger really quickly. Yeah, so all in all, I think we had a lot of luck in very bad luck. It could have been much worse. The speed was very high. The impact got really softened by the Armco, and eventually I got not hurt at all, so I'm fine. And because it went backwards, there was nothing on the neck or anywhere, so I feel completely fine. And I think if the hit would have been in the front of the car, the damage and the repairs would be much more. Now we just have mainly glass fiber parts and obviously the rear corner, some things, but that's all easily fixable. So it's not too bad. We've checked the car, rear axle, suspension, everything is in in good condition. Couldn't see anything. Everything is alignment and so on, and as they should. The chassis obviously needed a little bit of work, but yeah, it's not too bad. Could have been way worse. Besides that, I think the first time I got the launch finally in the third training run. So the first two we had issues with the fuel pump, and we really couldn't do the first training runs. But after the second run, I've changed the fuel pump, and then everything was working. So the third run, I was able to test the new settings for the launch control, and the car was really fast. The launch was not perfect still, but it was much better than it was before. And yeah, the speed trap was quite good in the first straight. Out of the line can be still improved, but the acceleration was first and second gear really much better than it was in Trento last time. So happy with that. The car is really fast, so looking forward to drive it again. And let's see, maybe now, since we need to work on the car, we might also finish the number one engine and then eventually put that in the car. And then next time when we race, we will have a bit more power, and also the front brakes will be new. So hopefully we get the brakes and need to finalize the design for the brake hats and the caliper mounts and such. But definitely when we race next time, the front brakes will be new, and I don't think I will use any more the pedal box that I have. I want to make sure that next time there is 100% no chance for brakes to go wrong. So we will switch to some sort of a better pedal box assembly, where the brake pedal and the bias bar and the brake master cylinders are really well mounted, and this is built on the original Starlet pedal box. I ran this system for over 10 years, so it's been good. The master cylinders are proper and everything, but yeah, hard to say why the it used to be the tread like 15 millimeters deep on the bias bar, the master cylinder rod. So, and it's not too long time ago when we actually worked on the positioning of the cylinders and the bias bar. So, and I tightened the nuts. So this is really strange why it got loose, but maybe there is just so much vibration and everything. So we will try to do some improvements, since we need to work on the car. So it should get at least as good as it was, hopefully a little bit better once we have fixed it. The rear corner is as good as new. It was pretty bad already since the rally accidents I had, so now that I had to repair it, I don't think it got any worse. It might actually have a little bit less putty on it, and maybe a little bit lighter compared to what it was. And we also did some rust repairs, so it's not bad at all, looking good. Trunk lid fixed itself. This was quite interesting. It was bent quite a bit in the corner, but since it has been so warm here, I think the glass fiber wants to go to the original position. So nothing really needed to be repaired on the trunk lid. Front of the car didn't really get any structural damage. Only the glass fiber parts flew away, and yeah, the radiator and so on is all in okay, no damage. The hood had some scratches and paint markings, but they buffed away. And the front spoiler has some scratches. It wasn't perfect anymore anyway, it just ripped off from the front. The brackets just needs to be repaired, and yeah, I think I have a spare front spoiler, so it's time to change it, because like I said, it wasn't perfect anymore. And the fender was in 3 pieces, so I repaired it. There's still some minor stuff to do, like fix the fender flare, and also on the rear I want to fix the flare and paint them yellow at the same time, when I will need to paint the rear skirt. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. We got away with very minor damage, considering what the accident could have been from that speed. So yeah, and the car is already in quite good shape, so it's not too bad.